Okay, let's continue with this, which surprisingly hasn't been as tortuous as I originally expected when I, you know, decided to put this up as an offer to my community. Yeah, gotta be careful here. And look at that. That didn't go bad at all. Uh, Originally I was a bit, a bit unnerved by actor captains, but I guess that was much earlier in the game. Now I am strong enough to fight them properly, like without dying in the process. I wonder why the shadow is so unreliable. Like it is not there from the very beginning. And well, it's not like all the abilities care about the shadow being there, so I guess it's fine. But I do wish that. Oh yeah, like that is a dread lich. Was that a convoker convoking things? Um, hmm. There's so many things that I'm thinking about when it comes to this character. Like, I don't have resistance to electricity. Let's just switch back to the short bow. Um, yeah, I'll take off the buckler. We have a +2 kite shield, which I guess that I might eventually use. But for now, I think we just go back to the short bow. The short bow gives me resistance to electricity, gives me a little bit of willpower, resistance to negative, and the damage decrease is not even that significant. We just found a +4 vampiric morning star. That's a pretty good item. Hmm. You hear a bow thwank. The arrow hits the dire elephant. It's nice to see that the shadow attacks even if you cannot see it. It breaks the rules of most other summons in the game. But it makes sense because it's not an actual summon. It is more like a battle sphere than a summon. Okay, for a second I thought that it was gonna summon, and that would have been quite unpleasant. Oh yeah, that explains the Dreadlich. It was recalled from this vault. What do we have here? Big armor class, big HP, decent damage. I could try going for a stab on that guy. Yeah, don't I have hmm, hmm. I have an Invis potion. Does it seem invisible? Doesn't say so, so I'm going to guess that it is um, not capable of seeing invisible. I feel like it's gonna wake up. It does have a Randard amulet, which is definitely very alluring. Singing Sword is irrelevant. Um, I guess the magic mapping is like the only interesting thing from that bolt. But it might be for the best that I don't mess with that guy. I'm not powerful enough to deal with it um, painlessly. And if I'm not powerful enough to deal with it painlessly, I might as well not deal with it at all. Okay, normal lich. goes for the Orb of Destruction. I get hit for a soft 65. Lich goes for exactly my same technique for dealing with high evasion monsters, which is just dealing damage to them in such a way that evasion does not prevent the damage, you know? So, or another destruction is definitely one of those ways. There it is, the Dread Lich. This could be a bit of a problem. These are all of the enemies that are left in the level, most likely, and unfortunately, it's yeah, the Dread Lich is a problem. I am. Oh wait, it's not that much of a problem. I have this thing. Yeah, just cast that. Yes, I got haste and invisibility from this guy. Also, a Blizzard Demon, which I can barely see. I don't know why I can't see it. Yeah, like it's right here. In console, which you cannot see, I can barely see it. I thought that I had changed my colors in my RC file to make it so that I could see things. Like this color right here, which once again you cannot see unless you're seeing in console. Really hard to see. Why is the invisibility about to wear off? You know what? I should try to get a stab. Stop summoning Hellions, please. I mean, I guess as long as I hug the Lich, it's not going to kill me. And it is a Dread Lich, not an Insane Lich, so it's not gonna Crystal Spear me or Orbital Destruction me. So I think we might be fine. Shadowless. Yeah, of course it is Shadowless. We just got rid of his shadow. There is a Tormentor here. We have to kill this Dread Lich, like right now. Unfortunately, it is an easier said than done thing. Um, there we go. You destroy the Dread Lich. Now we are fine. I feel like I spent a decent amount of resources doing that, but you know, nothing to really worry about. And yeah, I'm not doing that fight. That guy is just a bit too powerful for now. Hopefully, at some point in the future, I can do it. Ooh, mighty crystal guardians. How about we don't do that? Why do you have that? Crystallizing shot. Hurls a large and heavy shard of crystal. It may render a creature's body structure as brittle, as fragile as shattered and unrefined crystal, increasing the damage they take from all sources. Delightful. That is definitely a problem. Okay, what was up with that? Because I feel like I killed it really, really fast. Crystal Guardians are not that weak. Um, yeah, it has big armor class, no evasion. 60 HP is not that much. Hmm. I guess they got reworked because I didn't remember them being that weak. Pretty nasty that that effect does not check willpower or anything. It just seems to happen if you get hit by it. I'm liking the Shadow Slip ability. I think that this part of the game is where Dithmenos is gonna shine the most and where I am going to be rewarded for using Dithmenos abilities the most, because in the early game, which we played yesterday, there was not a lot of things to even use the ability of Dithmenos that takes control of a monster and casts all of its spells at random other targets. But in this place, not only are we going to see a lot of that, but we're also going to see a lot more high power spellcasters. Like, we're going to see the spellcasters, and we're going to see situations where it is actually going to be worth it to do that. Um, so yeah, pretty exciting. Of course, these guys cannot hit me. I have 40 evasion. I do have to be wary of some things like Bolt Wardens. I feel like Bolt Wardens would be able to hit me. Okay, we go for the Ring of Protection, and now we have 1935 defenses. I feel like those are pretty decent. I could enchant my globes or my steam skills. And I have more interesting globes somewhere? No, I guess not. Must have been in an acquirement, which I ended up not getting. Okay, and there we go. Jactor Captain immediately hits me for 31 as it can do. You know, like if a monster is like a high level monster like that, it usually has more hit dice, and by extension, it's more likely to actually get through my evasion. No matter how large your evasion is, that's just how it is. High hit dice monsters don't care about your evasion. But the short bow is doing really well. Let's see, what does this say? Your damage rating is 31. 31. It's still like when I got the short bow a while ago, in game, of course, yesterday, it was 30. And the hand cannon was like 45 or something. That was before I enchanted it. Now that it is enchanted, it's 49. Yeah. So it's gone up, but it hasn't really gone up that much. And that is okay. Okay, now we have 20, 35 defenses. Pretty good. We don't want to fight a couple of Yaktars at the same time. One is okay. Like, if I fight them one on one, I beat them. Multiples, not really. Yeah, we're fine here. I was thinking if I wanted to reposition further, if I wanted to trap myself in here in this corridor, and I didn't really feel like I was gonna be in serious trouble by trapping myself there, so I did it, and things went okay. And here's an Arcanist. This one is a bit scary. If I remember correctly, Searing Ray. No, I guess it misses. I guess it misses. The one that doesn't miss is the one that doesn't deal damage, right? Dazzling Spray, I think it is. Yeah, the Arcanist was a joke. Um, which is exactly how I want it to be. Oh, I have noticed something. I am wearing harm. That explains why I am dealing that much damage. And the damage that I am dealing is what's protecting me here. We're gonna use a shadow of this guy. Of course we are. Poison arrow, lightning bolt, crystal spear, iron shot. The shadow slips away and your performance ends. Yeah, it killed two things. Not bad. Man, it's a pretty funny ability, don't you think? I wish this guy had like explosions or something, damnation, so it could hit itself with those. Glass eye, vitrifying gaze, irresistibly. that is a bad thing. Renders a creature's body structure as brittle and fragile as glass, increasing the damage they take from all sources. It requires line of sight, but not line of fire. And now it has significantly less range as well. Oh well, I guess not really. Oof, that could have one-shot me. Because I did get the glassify effect, but I didn't get hit by that crystal spear. If I had been hit, that was probably game over, and I would have been pretty mad. Not gonna lie, because I'm almost at full HP. Fortunately, it didn't happen. I think that if we go for warping here, that kills the annihilator. Um, so we should be fine here. Yeah, do not forget that I have harm on. So harm plus the fragile effect probably is a lot of extra damage that I take. Yeah, pretty risky thing. But what can I say? I'm a big fan of the damage output that the harm is making me able to do, like making me capable of providing to the monsters, of dishing out. Yeah, not bad. Another thing to not forget about is that I have Guardian Spirit, and that means that I have not 148 HP, but 148 plus 34. So yeah, I'm actually a bit tankier than it would seem at first glance. I kind of want to drop the War Axe, but I don't at the same time because it's got a funny name. Um, we can drop this. We can drop the Wand of Flame. Yeah, I wanted to pick up the Mind Burst. We have some Atropa darts, which, yeah, we can drop those. We are not gonna make use of them. Let's go for Condenser Beam. Haven't really used it that much in this playthrough. I like how the shadow shoots through you, but it doesn't deal damage to you. That's a really good thing. I like how you also can shoot through the shadow. The shadow is super fragile, however, so fragile and unreliable. So it's not like you can actually use it like you would use the Hep ancestor. If it was a Night ancestor, no, it's gonna die instantly, pretty much. Um, you're supposed to use it like you would use um, a battle sphere. Yeah, a battle sphere. 2 pips of willpower, and I have 74% chance to hex it. I guess it's because it's gotta be because it's a wand of mind burst, and those are extra good at bypassing enemy willpower. Um, so yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube, assuming that it does make it that far, would be nice. Have you played some crawl in the half a year that I haven't played crawl? If so, what would you like to see? Like, what new changes to the game have been something that make you think, oh, maybe Nine Settler would enjoy this thing? I know for sure because people have already directly told me exactly that with those words. The new Maclev change that was recently added to Trunk is something that people think that I'm going to enjoy. I'm not entirely sure because it seems that minor destruction got removed, and minor destruction was something that I did like to use a decent amount with Maclev. Put it on the quiver, mash it. It's very cheap and it is very strong for how cheap it is. Doesn't even cost piety. It was wonderful. But I hope that the new Maclev abilities are on par with the power that minor destruction brought to the table. Major destruction was also really good. I didn't like the summon abilities. Those ones I rarely used. Okay, I think we acid this ancient champ. Ouch. Hit me with a 59 damage iron shot. Please don't do it again. There we go. And yeah, the skellies are not really that much of a problem. Even this one, which hits for 20-20-20, yeah, that's nothing. The only thing that dealt damage there was the ancient champ. That's a ghost bolt. I don't have to do it, and because of that, I don't want to do it. Let's go to bolts 4. It's nice to see that bolts is still 5 levels deep, and I didn't walk into bolts 5 or something like that. And yep, we are tabbing all right, and it's going very well. Worthy of note is that I have 40 evasion now after having taken off my ring of evasion earlier. I had a +5 ring of evasion equipped, and I decided to remove it for a ring of protection because it's a lot easier for me to acquire evasion than it is to acquire armor class. So it's working very well. I took it off, and I'm already at the levels of evasion that I was before I took it off. If I had Condenser Bane, this would be a nice place to use it. I do not like that nerf, but you know, I just don't like many of the things of the decisions that have been made when it comes to crawl in the last couple of years. I liked to actually be able to use it, you know, more than one fight per experience level. Um, um, oh, these are like preserver reworks. Shelters other creature from missiles. Sling and spell like to bear, of course, at the last moment. No wonder. Yeah, this guy apparently has repel missiles. That sucks. Okay, just goes for the force dance. The protection that it offers does not translate to it as well, apparently, which I think is okay. I like that at least you can kill it if you prioritize it. Okay, Donald was not that bad. Fortunately, Donald didn't have reflection this time around. That would have made the whole ordeal a bit more complicated. Right. I would be wary of Saint Roca Band, but I already killed Saint Roca. I don't know what's up with these low-level orcs appearing in this part of the game. Manual of Armor. Yeah, sure. I think we turn off dodging for a while we train the Manual of Armor. I wonder if it is a good idea to start like leveling up. Yeah, it's not like I can anyway. Like the next stat level up is at 27, I think, and chances are good we're not gonna get there. So yeah, but if I had another stat level up, I think I would get strength maybe, so I can wear heavier armor, take advantage of the manual of armor that I just acquired. As it is right now, it might get me some points of armor class, which yeah, definitely not terrible, but I suspect that it is rather low impact. Okay, it wouldn't be the first time that I get absolutely hosed by a war gargoyle. Unfortunately, we lose the shadow. I was going to do my ninja ability to go into the shadow the turn that it disappeared. But fortunately, it was not really that much of a necessity. Trove, what does it need? The Abyssal Rune of Zot, I might do it. I wonder if it has been reworked in any recent times. The Abyss. The Abyss is a very chaotic place, both in game and outside of game in development. It has gone through many changes throughout the years. Okay, yeah, the Polter Guardian should definitely be the first thing to kill if you are using launchers. Was it really that necessary to introduce a direct launcher counter? Man, why do it's so annoying. The developers reverted that change, but like for like a couple of days or so, a while ago, there was a change that made it so that your summons didn't get in your way. Um, and I preferred that because it's so annoying that it keeps getting in the way and interrupting the tabbing. Yeah, like that. It sucks. It's lasted for quite a while. Yeah, that's fine. It's already gone now, which it's a power level decrease, but a quality of life increase, because it's not getting in my way endlessly every fight. Okay, we're done with bolts. Shoals? Yeah, because I don't think I can take on that Master Archer and Blade Master yet. Um, they're too powerful for me. I have Phantom Mirror, so I could copy the Blade Master, I guess. Might be something to think about once I have the once I have them all back up again. So I go in with like my maximum power level, the maximum amount of tools, and then I just deal with those guys, get my loot, and come back to the rest of the game. Um, but yeah, I am very happy to see that this character was able to do most of Elf before going into the lower branches. I definitely think that the characters that can do that are the characters that can win the game, you know, because when the time comes to do the lower branches, you're just not powerful enough to do them. More often than not, you're gonna get into really awkward positions, very frequently. Mm. Okay, so we get Maxwell's patent armor. That is a very dangerous thing to use. It would seriously hinder my evasion. It would seriously hinder my attack rate because we're using launchers. And launchers get hosed by heavy armor now. Not to mention that it would neutralize my huge stack of scrolls of blinkings, which is probably the best thing that this character has going for it. Um, Globes of Infusion, let's put them in. I think we can even spare an enchant armor to get +2 globes of infusion. Now I have 23 armor class, 41 evasion. Mm, yeah, and the manual of armor is still going. So here we are. We find a +2 buckler, but I don't know. I feel like the short bow is the way to go because of the resistances that it provides. If I find something that gives me like it doesn't even need to give me the willpower and the resistance to negative. I want the resistance to electricity. If I cannot get the resistance to electricity from another item, I guess that I'm just gonna be committed to this short bow, which yeah, I would prefer not to be in that situation. We're gonna go for Phantom Mirror. We copy Polyphemus. Polyphemus happens to be pretty strong in general. It is not like sometimes there's monsters that are like super weak versus themselves. For example, an Ice Fiend versus another Ice Fiend. Like, what is an Ice Fiend gonna do to another Ice Fiend? But Polyphemus, yeah, high damage, low evasion, low armor class monster. It is going to do very well versus itself, as you can see. Throw large rocks, max damage 64. I like how that is really nice. That is a nice change. How the attacks are listed. I'm not a big fan of how the stats are presented. I was probably too accustomed to how it used to be back in the day, but I like how the attacks are presented. Um, that I think is a very good change. Anyway, Polyphemus doesn't really stand much of a chance. I did um, prepare. I did. I didn't. I don't think I over prepared, but recently I found this quote and I think it makes a lot of sense. You can never really tell if you over prepared, but you will know when you under prepared, and that is something that applies to crawl very well. Yeah, you under prepared, you're probably gonna die. It's not gonna be fun. So might as well over prepare than under prepare, you know? Um, of course, if you can afford to do such a thing, if you cannot afford to over-prepare, then you could be in trouble. Hello, Spilo. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. We are playing some crawl, as you can see. And yeah, there's something about this game that just makes me able to actually be able to provide interesting and good commentary. Or at least that's what I would like to believe. Mm, so here we are in Shoals, shooting everything that moves. Um, Not shooting the plants because the plants don't move. Careful with these dream ship. At least we have good damage output, so we can kinda semi-reliably one-shot the dream ship, and we don't get put to sleep again. Getting put to sleep is really, really bad on a character like this, since we are since we're a high evasion character, if we are put to sleep, we just don't have defenses. A normal class character that gets put to sleep still has a decent amount of armor class, but an evasion character that gets put to sleep doesn't have its main defense, and that can easily kill you. We are gonna buy these, definitely, and I might be interested in the Ring of Strength, but I certainly hope that if I am going to go for like wearing more heavy armor than what I have right now, I find a better source of strength as well. Interesting. Randart Serpent Talisman. I wonder if all the guys that can drop talismans drop Randart talismans now. Okay, I got 21 dodging. Already lost the fighting title that I had for quite a while since I got a manual of fighting. And it is okay. We get to Shoals 4. We are about to get rune number 2. And I think rune number 3 is probably gonna be Abyss. If I'm going to do that, I should probably get like a little bit more stealth. Um, I never trained that, but you know, Kobold of Dithmenos, Dithmenos provides you with passive stealth gain. I might as well, you know, take advantage of it. I have these globes of infusion, and I don't think that they do anything for launchers because like I'm pressing tab and it's not lowering my mana, which is actually a pretty good thing. We're gonna go for immolation here. That's fine. That is fine indeed. Really good. Skull Crusher. Unfortunately, As is very often the case, we find Skull Crusher on a character that cannot make use of it. But Skull Crusher is a pretty strong thing to have. Not a particularly fun thing to have, because it doesn't do anything fancy or drastically change the way that you play the game or anything. It's just like a strong item. And well, what can I say? I like strong items. We are going to go for some acid here. There we go. That went very well. Killed everything except for this avatar that mispositions. And we can probably shoot that one down. Please. There we go. Shadow came in clutch. And we have the rune. No, it was a mimic. It was a mimic, but it still generated the enemies that would normally be guarding the rune. This is for sure the real rune now. We're gonna do the same thing. Fortunately, we still can afford to do the same thing. Okay, things are mispositioning a bit more now. One of warping here kinda sucks. Not only because it would hit me, but also because it would move the enemies away, and that would make them not get hit by the explosions. Kinda rough. Kinda rough. This one went a lot worse than a lot more messy of a room than the previous one, the one with the mimic. But this time we do get the room for real. And we have 2 rooms. Okay, and the one that has the house that has the rune is the one that's most heavily guarded, and by extension, it is the only one that I actually have to use consumables to clear. Once again, it's not that I have to use consumables; it's that it is better to over prepare than it is to under prepare in this game. You under prepare, things are really, really bad. Could I have killed all those merfolk without doing the immolation technique that I'm so fond of? Probably, but I mean, I am very fond of immolation tactics. Whenever possible, I try to implement them. Okay, Mara goes for the copy. I'm pressing tab. I'm hoping that tab is targeting the real Mara. Okay. Tab was not targeting the real Mara. That could be a bit of a problem. You know how I mentioned earlier that Polyphemus was a really strong monster versus himself? Mana is not a strong monster versus himself. Summon Illusion, I don't even know. Yeah, cannot be performed. Mara Summon cannot be performed. Blink blinks me? No, Blink probably cannot be performed. Yeah. So Mana has one spell that I could copy or that I could force Mara to cast, and it turns out that that spell is a fire spell, which surprisingly Mara has no fire. No. It has 2 pips of fire resistance. I was used to seeing it in the description below the attacks. You know how it says he's immune to torment and stuff like that. It used to say he's resistant to fire and stuff like that in that part of the text. And since it's not there, it's really throwing me for a loop. But yeah, I will have to get used to that. I wonder if I'll get used to it before I stop playing again. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got super poisoned, but we're fine. Let's just go upstairs, rest safely, finish the level. We're close to 200 HP already. It may only say 160, but we have the 36 extra from the Guardian Spirit Amulet. So we are effectively at 196, very, very close to 200. Yeah, quite a bit tankier than it would otherwise seem. We have acquired 2 runes. Do we go depths? You still need 3 runes to enter Zot? Hopefully not. I would like it if I didn't need 3 runes for Zot. Yeah, I think we're fine with what we have right now. Ouch, 14.9 damage. Okay, and then it goes for a melee range orb of destruction and deals 7. That's fine. Nothing to worry about. It only is really a problem if I have to fight more things. If it's alone and it deals a reasonable amount of damage in a single attack, it's not really that much of an issue. Yeah, I wish the shadow wasn't so unreliable. Like sometimes it's there and sometimes it goes away before the fight is over. I don't know if there's anything that I can do to, make it more likely that I have the shadow. Why do you have repel missiles? Do you always have repel missiles? Is that a new thing that these guys have? Regardless, that sucks. I should probably go back and fight the elves. Okay, we just have to tap the Tengu Reaver. Yeah, let's try killing those elves. Maybe they will provide me with some good loot. That's the Master Archer that was destroying me earlier. We're gonna use Phantom Mirror. I don't know because I feel like I want to Phantom Mirror, but at the same time I don't want to only Phantom Mirror one guy. Like I want a Phantom Mirror and be fighting, yeah, like this. Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, the Master Archer died. This Blade Master is not the Blade Master that was destroying me earlier, like the one that was geared out straight up to pick up the orb. This one doesn't have anything except for a venom weapon, and it turns out that I don't have resistance, so it is really messing me up. I wonder if I should use my 1 potion of resistance, because otherwise we could be in trouble here. Let's go for a Shadow Sleep. Okay, Deep of Annihilator. We're gonna drink a potion of curing, of course. Your shadow is destroyed. That's okay. The Blade Master hits you but does no damage. You're poisoned. That is a shame. Let's go for a Photic Marionette. See if it kills the Blade Master for me. And it does. Pretty good. Now, earlier I was offered the Scroll of Silence, and right now it would be a good thing to have because I absolutely nuke this guy while it is silenced, but unfortunately I didn't pick it up. This could be a bit problematic, a little teeny tiny itty bitty bit problematic. Thinking about how we want to approach this situation. Very clearly, trying to hex the Annihilator won't work. Has 3 pips of willpower. Even with 15 evocations, that is not gonna be enough. It's full HP, so I think it makes sense to try to Phantom Mirror this guy, just in case someone else appears while I'm fighting it. Another thing that could be concerning is, of course, the amount of HP that I have. That could have been a problem. I copied the Annihilator, partially expecting to be fighting more things as well. But of course, the Blade Master that I wanted to copy, the one that has the absolute sick gear, is right here. Like, man, that ring is so good. I'm still astonished. I'm currently wearing a Ring of Armor class, so if I get that, I would get resistances that I want on top of the armor class. So of course, it is going to be a delightful thing for me to use when I finally kill this guy. Yeah, I think that since this guy is guarding the stairs, I should probably just try to get rid of it right now. Box of Beasts. We get a weak one, unfortunately. Um, Gonna go for the shadow sleep, switch around my shadow and I so that this guy is distracted a bit. Yeah, we got in some hits. It hasn't blown me up. In fact, I am starting to believe that the poisonous one was more scary. And yeah, like when we had to leave this place, we were not well equipped to deal with this guy, but now we are. We can even go for one the warping charge here to finish up the job because, very dodgy enemy. And of course, we want this ring. Goodbye, Ring of Protection. Hello, Ring of Protection Plus. And now we have poison resistance. And we can probably um, man, the short bow is still giving me the resistance to electricity. We need a source of that. We find a source of that and we are good to go. We can toss a short bow, we can put on a shield, we can wield the hand cannon, and we can increase the damage per action a lot more, which is nice. Okay, that's okay plate. And the ring is not really that okay. This Master Archer doesn't really worry me that much. Um, okay, is there another Master Archer? Because, oh yeah, there are just so many Master Archers. It's as if the game detected that I'm playing a Lugonu, or like not a Lugonu, a Dithmenos worshipper, and decided to adjust accordingly on the fly. Mindburst doesn't really get the job done. These guys are still deep elves, and by extension, they have unnaturally high levels of willpower. Yeah, pretty scary. Look at this guy. Attack, shoot, plus zero, longbow, max damage 58. 58, and it shoots twice as fast. Like for every, if I was to move, it would be able to shoot me twice, assuming that I would move like here within its line of sight. If I move away, then it has to move forward and it doesn't get to shoot me twice. Um, yeah, this is not a great situation, mostly because I'm not full HP. That is the problem. If I was full HP, we would be okay. We go for a shot, deals big damage. Okay, another big shot, and we finish off with warping. I don't want to, risk it missing and me getting exploded in retaliation. Just play it safe. We don't want that ring. And we finally get access to the loot here. Hopefully we can get something good. So far it's kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. Yeah, okay, so it seems that the most interesting item that we got from this place was the ring that I took from the guy, the ring of Gaito. This one. It is a good ring. It's not a bad item by any means. Um, but I do have to say that, it's one item. It's one item. I guess that I should just be sated with the fact that I did get one item from this place because sometimes you get zero items. Yeah, straight up. Sometimes you get zero items. Yeah, sure. Let's go back to depths. I didn't even use all the experienceable kobolds. Didn't use a condenser bane because condenser bane is best suited for fights where you're fighting many things at the same time. Um, if these dragons were real, if they were not copies made by the Rakshasa, it would be like that would have been a good moment to use it. But no, they were fake dragons. All right, this bolt is usually very annoying, but since I'm using launchers, I might as well, right? Using launchers makes this bolt significantly less annoying. I wonder how much HP the shadow has. 50. No resistances. Low damage. Hmm. Yeah, the stats of the shadow probably don't scale with your stats, because if it did, I don't think that it would be that fragile, that low damaging, that easy to hit, that easy to kill. Ooh, potion of experience. I'm gonna hold on to drinking it for the next level, since I'm about to level up to 24. Um, yeah, potions of experience are a rather unusual thing to find. And this is a ruined door bolt and another ruined door beyond it. I think that it is very clear that I shouldn't mess with that. Oh no. Oh man. Do you know when I like this is experience talking here, but you know that a level is bad enough when the game is, or like when the bolt maker is benevolent enough to be like, okay, yeah, I did kind of make something messed up, so I'm just gonna let the player skip the level. And that is exactly what that bolt is. It is lengthy, it is dangerous, it is rewarding, to be perfectly fair. So there is value in doing it, but like I'm not gonna do it, not right now. It's funny. I was constricted and I still have 35 evasion. Walking earthen tome. That could be a bit of a problem. Do you do it does petrify, and I have nothing to fear when it comes to petrify. Um, it's not slow. It's as fast as I am. Has big armor class, low evasion, decent HP, hits for 50. Mm, it should be fine unless it hits me, right? Yeah, try cast that as much as you want. Like it's never gonna hex me. I have 5 pips of willpower. I'm immune to hexes. It is pretty strange that you can actually be immune to hexes in this game, because Crawl doesn't really permit immunities like that. But like you can be immune to hexes if you accumulate enough of that. Park hit might be a problem. I don't think that I do enough damage to deal with park hit. I could maybe try to do something fancy like go for a stab, but I'm sure that having only 10 stealth, 8 short blades, I don't actually get a proper stab on park hit. So and park hit hasn't woken up, so I might as well not fight that, not mess with it. I do want to clear as much of the level as possible, but I'm better off just leaving that guy alone. This is a circed elephant and a bunch of Brigands. And we have Condenser Vein right here. Okay, we get hit pretty hard. The Death Yak gores you. So this is a Death Yak and this is an elephant. Summoned by these Circers. This would be a great time to have Tin of Tremor Stones, but I don't think that it generated, or I have found it anyway. Even if it did generate, I don't think I found it. Seeing how it is not in my inventory. You know what? I only just noticed that I only got one portal vault in this game, which was the ice cave. I um, didn't get a volcano, didn't get a what is this thing called? The thing that replace labyrinths. I don't remember what it's called. The gauntlet. Yeah, that one. Haven't gotten one of those. Haven't gotten Wislav. Haven't gotten a lot of things. Okay, you know what? This circle is almost dead, and we have our trusty wand of warping. Might as well. That was a bit scary. Those guys are way too fast to reposition, so I have to rely um, on the condenser vein to get the job done. Okay, Tengu here is asleep. Let's go for a stab. Juggernaut awakens. You hear a loud rustle. Of course, it awoke. Juggernaut hits you. You take 7 damage. That is nice. 7 damage is not terrible when it comes to dealing with a Juggernaut. It could have hit me a lot harder than that. Okay, it gets an attack of opportunity, but I think we're fine. We have 9 curare. I thought that we didn't have curare. We also have a net, so I can curare net. It probably won't be that necessary to curare net, but I'm still gonna play it safe. And let's try to get a stab. Okay, we do get a stab. It very clearly was not enough. The Juggernaut is moderately wounded. Let's keep going. Severely wounded. Almost death. And it's still netted. There we go. I think that the Curare plus the net is like a big combination. It is so good. Oh, nice. Man, that Caustic Strike got destroyed. Yeah, we got a pretty good stab on the Caustic Strike. It was a good thing that I never dropped this dagger of electrocution. Um, Walking Crystal Tome. Yeah, that is scary. Man, when these released, when they were implemented into Trunk, they were so messed up. These things, the living crystal spears, were unkillable. Like it was impossible for you to kill them before they shot at you. Um, and like I mean, it's crystal spear and it casts like 3 of them every time it casts. That too was nerfed. Now it only casts 2, but it used to cast 3 or 4 whenever it cast it. It was so messed up. Um, yeah, that killed me once, and I mentioned it, and it fortunately did get changed. It was one of those once in a blue moon kind of things where you actually point out that something is not okay, and it actually gets changed. Most often, the things stay the same. Yeah. Oh, this guy has reflection. Amulet of reflection. It is almost dead, so I guess that it is not a problem. Unfortunately, I ran out of acid yet again. Okay, we killed Fire Giant. We should be fine. We should not be here. Yeah, like I was okay until I saw the Iron Dragon. The Iron Dragon was like, yeah, if that thing hits me, it's gonna seriously hurt. And it is not alone. And there may be more where that came from, so I just decided to bail. Hello, Inon. Thank you for stopping by. Imagine how vile Reef Wizard gnomes would be if they had Orb of Destruction. I think Orb of Destruction could be a funny thing to have in Rift Wizard. Like, it already has Orb spells, but no Orb spell is equivalent to Orb of Destruction. So I think it would be like a funny addition to the game. Just high level sorcery. It could be just like a sorcery, no schools, and do what Orb of Destruction does, like massive damage. Um, but the way that orb destruction works, yeah, I feel like it could be like scaled up to the craziness that is Rift Wizard 2 monster HP. A pretty interesting spell, but it would need to be better than something like Mega Annihilate um, or Soul Tax. You know, the spells that already do crazy single target damage immediately, like instantly. We still don't have Condenser Bane. That was not what I wanted to do. Um, hmm. Yeah, all of these guys have repel missiles. Oh, wait a second. I am a worshipper of Dithmenos. Let's just do this. Okay. And let's do it again. Wow, copying Tango Reaver seems pretty good. I saw 6 out of 7 spells castable. Um, yeah, not bad. All right, and then we go for Wand of Warping. We finish off the Reaver. We get rid of the elemental, and we wait for Sojobo to come back. Unfortunately, still repel missiles. We are kind of getting destroyed here. This could be a problem. Sojobo is strong enough in melee to, you know, not be worth it to silence, even if I could silence. Big evasion, big armor class, big HP, big melee damage. Um, yep, yep, pretty nasty. There we go. We are in an ideal position now to finish this off with Wanda Warping, because I mean, Sojobo is too tanky with the repel missiles for me to be able to kill in any other way. Fortunately, I had the charges to be able to kill her with the explosion wand, +1 boots, but I have +2 boots of stealth. My stealth, by the way, is slowly but steadily going up. And we are training stealth so we can do funny stuff in depths 4. Or like not depths 4, so we can do funny stuff in the abyss, is what I meant. Yeah, this level is rough. I don't want to be here. I'm gonna try to fight as least as possible. I forgot to drink the potion of experience. I'm just gonna drink it now. Yeah, because otherwise, if I hold it for level 25 to 26, I'm just gonna forget to do the same thing again. All right, and it seems that we've safely made it to the safe downstairs. I'm gonna exclude the upstairs. Okay, fortunately the upstairs are already excluded by Barkid guarding them. Let's just go downstairs. Spectral Caustic Strike, that is a bit scary. We need a corridor for that. Like in general, if it says Caustic Strike, we should play safe around it. Yeah. 46 evasion getting the job done. We didn't really take that much damage there. Must have only gotten hit once or twice. Looking pretty good. It's looking like it might be a win. Which, yeah, I think that I got really lucky with the early game. That is the thing that was the most relevant. The early game had a super early Arbalest for me, and that kinda got me to where I am now. We are not gonna make use of these. Um, Man, I really want another source of resistance to electricity, so I can unwield this short bow and wield the hand cannon that I have. We don't really have that much enchant weapon, but it is +6 with that enchant weapon that I have on the floor. Really good. If I had more than one charge of digging, I would make a corridor, but it is literally the only one of digging that I have found in the whole game. They're extremely rare nowadays for some reason. Okay, might as well make them splash around in the water. Do you not splash around in the water anymore? Or are they giant? No, they are large. Um, I like the percentages. For the longest time, for many years, Kroll was allergic to giving you solid numbers for certain things. I like how now, like finally, the devs have gotten over that trauma, and finally there's open information. You know, information that was already available in external sources, but now it is in the game. Like you see an ugly thing, and it instead of telling you it is faster than you, it tells you exactly how much faster than you it is. So you know, oh, if I use Potion of Haste, I can actually outrun it because it's only 111 movement speed compared to my 100th movement speed. That is a good thing. That should be, um, you know, how to put it, not the standard, like more things should be like that. If there's anything that it does that does not have that level of transparency already applied, then like I mean there's already a precedent that it doesn't break the game in any way. So like just do it. Um, since I have been so disconnected in crawls in the last half a year, maybe that kind of thing has already been ironed out. But if not, then it is very easy and logical next step to follow in crawl development. Um, Look at that. It's a dagger of speed with fragile for a launcher user. Of course, we are going to leave that on the floor because I would wield it and then I would immediately unwield it. So yeah, doesn't make any sense to equip it. That's a lot of shadow dragons. More than one shadow dragon is a lot of shadow dragons. Fortunately, I have resistance, so it's not that terrible, but you have banishment. Do you still have that? No, these guys used to have banishment, and it was super annoying. But I guess they don't have it now. They lost it at some point in the last couple of years. Mm. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe I would like to banish these guys, but nah. Oh, let's just get the intangible title, 27 dodging. Okay, we get access to Zot. I'm gonna try to go in and see if it still tells me, oh, you need 3 runes, even though you already got to depths 5 on 2 runes. And very clearly, you don't actually need 3 runes to get the game to win the game. You still need to pick them up because that's just how the game is, kind of thing. Mm, all right. How much damage does that deal? Because I feel like that was a lot of damage. 3 dice of 17 must have been a pretty good roll. I wonder if it can be reduced by armor class or if it's irresistible damage. It probably can be reduced by armor class. If it was irresistible damage, 3 dice of 17 would be a bit too powerful, even with 15 evocations. Mm. You know what? I think I want to see if I can get to 50 evasion. Since we are at 25 dodging, I think that 50 evasion is likely to, be achievable. Excuse me? I have not found the entrance to the abyss? No way. This is the entrance to Zot. Okay. You need at least 3 runes to enter Zot. Oh, it's a shame. My first thought when I saw that there was no portal to the abyss was the abyss removed or something? But no, the abyss has not been removed. Please do not kill me, Parkit. Please do not throw rocks at me either. Please do that exactly. Okay, so now I can explore the rest of these. Oh, a juggernaut comes into view. We curate those. Yeah, very important to curate those. Juggernaut hits you for 20. That's fine. Juggernaut is no longer moving slowly, so we refresh the curate. Okay, there we go. You kill the Juggernaut. Okay, that's too many things. Phantom Mirror and the Caustic Strike. Yeah, sure. I feel like by the time I have to use it again, I'll have it. Ouch. Hmm. Okay, I barely took any damage, but yeah, explosions are something to stay away from as a high evasion character. Even with the resistance. I have 2 pips of the resistance and they still hurt because I only have 23 armor class. +5 scale mail of a treasure trove. And we found the entrance to the abyss. We found the scarf of the stone mason. That would have been maybe interesting to wear earlier on before before I finished off when I was dealing with all those master archers. I had such a hard time dealing with them, and there were so many of them. It was a good idea to retreat when I did. The loot wasn't even that impactful anyway. Like, we got exactly 1 item, um, which was the Ring of Gaito that you can see right here. And in order to get that, I had to kill Blade Master that was pretty geared out. It also had another really strong item. Um, Another thing to consider when it came to that elf was that it offered me Maxwell's, right? Oh no, that was in Shoals one. I thought that it was an elf. But yeah, if I had seen that earlier, maybe it would have shaped the way that I built the character. Maybe I would have gone for actually being able to equip that because it's a strong item at the end of the day. Risky item, but strong item regardless. But I didn't see it early enough to make that into a reality. But it's fine. It is too risky, and I have 9 scrolls of blinking, so I'd rather use those. 9 scrolls of blinking is just too strong. It's a strong too like you're probably not gonna die level so powerful. Yeah, I'm immune to your hex. Yeah, I'm immune to your hexes actually. Let's go for a photic marionette. Let's see what it does. The glass eye suddenly stops moving. It's a lot of sphinxes. Okay, we got 10 scrolls of blinking. Also, this depth 3 had such a huge vault. This is larger than Bolt's 5 segment, I feel like. Um, Lots of nasty enemies, but we overcome it. And we can go into the abyss now with 48 evasion. We are about to max dodging. Mm, And yeah, we're still looking for a source of resistance to electricity. We find that we can take off the short bow, we can equip the hand cannon, and we become a lot more powerful. Not to mention that I could also equip the kite shield of fire resistance to give me extra resistance to orbs of fire. Chances are good that I'm just gonna have to deal with it and not have resistance to electricity for Zot, but I feel like that's super dangerous, especially when in harm with a Kobold low armor class, low HP, all things considered. Like I'm over 200 effective HP now, but I still feel unsafe not having the resistance, especially because of harm. Um, Having regen would be nice. Regen is a nice thing to have in the Abyss, but I'm super stealthy. I trained stealth to 18 and I'm a worshipper of Dithmenos, so I should be able to sneak past things if necessary. We find the Starflower. We found an exit. Cannot even get there unless I use flying. If I could just go in there, I would do it, but without the ability to do that for free, it's not worth it. Okay, we're at 49 evasion, getting pretty close to the 50. You know, I think it's funny that evasion has diminishing returns because there's a cap on how unlikely a monster is to hit you. And I think that the cap is 2.5%. And like beyond that, you cannot make a monster less likely to hit you. Though I did just see an Ufetubus, and the Ufetubus had a 5% chance to hit me, so I don't know what's up with that. I feel like with 49 evasion, it should already be at the cap. Maybe the cap is 5% now or something. Okay, we got to Abyss 3. And I think the safest thing to do is to just chill in Abyss 3 until you find the rune and then skedaddle away. Yep, you detect the Abyssal rune, so let's just go over there. There's an ancient sign, gotta be careful. Yeah, unfortunately this is all stone, and we're not a worshipper of Lugonu or something to be able to destroy it, so I have to go around. Oh, I think I know this bolt. I think that it's gonna constantly put me within melee range of things, and it's gonna be terrible. We're gonna train fighting because I still haven't found the incentive to drop the shield or to drop the short bow and put on the shield, but I really want to do that. I really, really, really want to do that, so I'm just gonna train shields. How does one get in here? Come on, let me in. No, really, how does one get in here? I only have one. Oh, now I have 6 charges of digging. I still don't want to use it for obvious reasons, but I kind of feel like it's the way to go. Okay, we got an exit. So if we can grab the rune, we can immediately get the exit. That's a lot of leeches. Is this some kind of Zot 5 like bolt? Because it is pretty spooky. We have 5 haste. I think that it is a decent idea to use one in this specific situation. We might even want to switch away from the short bow into the hand cannon just because it deals more damage versus these guys. Oh, you know what we can do? We can do this and just have it cast stuff. Yeah, the crystal spear hits the lich. Not bad. All right, we emerge victorious. Now let me grab my rune and get out of here. I earned this. Sweet. Now we have 3 runes, and all we need to do is get the win. Go through Zot 1 through 5, and win the game. Your attack delay is about 0.8. Oh, because I'm hasted. Yeah, the damage rating with the hand cannon is still 49. Enchant weapon. Okay, we have 2 enchant weapons. Nice. Let us go into the realm of Zot for the first time in half a year. This is not gonna go well. Doorbolt. I mean, now it is a huge rune translucent gate, but like, of course, I'm not opening that. I intend to win and then do that at least 3 more times, and then we shall see where that leads us. But so far, I mean, it's not been the worst thing, but I got a good character. I can recognize a good character when I get one, even with all this time of not playing role. I can still tell that this character got pretty blessed loot at times. You are a knight, not an annihilator. I want an annihilator to use my funny Dithmenos ability. This guy casts throw icicle bolt of cold. You know what? It is actually worth it. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it so it buffs me with haste and invisibility. That is actually a really powerful thing about these Menos. That if you're fighting monsters that can haste, you can use that Dithmenos ability so you haste yourself. That is pretty good. I really like how the ability doesn't check willpower or anything, it just happens. That is super good. Oh wow. Putting on the kite shield nerfed my evasion to 47. You know what? It's fine. As I train the kite shield in Zot, it's probably gonna go up to 48. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make the armor class 24. Maybe I can. Maybe I can by enchanting the thing. Yeah, I'm waiting on enchanted steam scales. All right, 2647. Some pretty good stats. Um, Oh yeah, Josefina is messing me up. But at the same time, I am messing up Josefina, so this is just an exciting high burst fight where I emerge victorious. That's what I like to see. Probably one of the closest calls that I've had in recent times. Um, have I seen low hit point warning in this playthrough? Certainly not this stream. No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Like, there were some situations where things were getting kind of complicated, but nothing that has killed me, nothing that has come close to killing me. Um, and you know what? That's nice. That's nice. I prefer that. Oh, there was a ring of ice with resistance to electricity. I mean, when I said that I wanted resistance to electricity, I didn't mean that. Of course, I didn't mean that. I meant resistance to electricity in something that's not a ring of ice, which is probably one of the worst things, one of the worst items in the game. Rings of ice and rings of fire should not be in the game. Their upside compared to a normal ring of resistance is negligible. And the downside is pretty huge, so I just don't like them. I never use them. I've considered them just like something that you unfortunately are forced to use before you find your resistance rings or your resistance sources. Um, and yeah, I'm not in that situation right now, so I'm not using them at all. Hairstyle plus tentacled monstrosity is definitely problematic. Um, Just out of curiosity, 1 out of 2 spells usable. I guess it doesn't cast the torment because that would hit me. I guess it casts the shrooms. Oh, I guess it won't cast the torment because there's nothing to torment, not because it would hurt me. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I do like the idea of being able to torment the Cursto, or being able to torment using the Cursto. Ouch. Yeah, that's a problem. Um, Wait a second. Oh, I think that harm no longer makes it so that you take extra damage um from torment. It used to be that it did that. Doesn't seem to be doing it now. Anyway, this situation is very sketchy. very, very sketchy because I am at half HP and there's a curse though. I think that using a potion of 3, maybe I should have used it earlier. But yeah, potion of 3 here. I think that a 3 cannot be constricted. Never mind, it can be constricted. We get rid of the curse though. We get rid of the tentacle monstrosity. There we go. Now we're safe. Yeah, curse though plus anything is already a bad situation to be in. You generally want to not be in such a situation. Okay, play it safe with the curse toes. Yeah, you can summon all you want as long as I'm next to you. I can still shoot at you. I like the flavor text for the hand cannon. Like, I haven't stopped thinking about some enchant their projectiles to fall forward instead of down. Others bewitch the slugs with a fatal attraction to their targets. All are slow, loud, and blast out thick smoke with each shot. It is pretty funny. Like that description, the idea of a mage making a weapon where the projectiles fall forward instead of down is like really, really funny to me. Crawl is not a game devoid of flavor, despite what some people may say. It's just that flavor presents itself in different ways. It doesn't present itself in gameplay directly. Yeah, I don't need to fight that, and I don't want to fight that. So I'm not going to fight that. Oh, I should. I'm glad that I remembered because I have a treasure trove in Boltsford that requires the rune from the Abyss. That's why I got the Abyss rune. I also had a special affinity for the Abyss rune because, high stealth. I figured that it was a reasonable thing to go for. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. Okay. That is an amulet. That is one amulet indeed. So we sacrifice the 36 HP for regen, 2 pips of willpower, resistance to corrosion. For intelligence is probably not gonna matter, but the resistance to corrosion is nice. We'll make it so that I don't randomly explode from acid. I am completely immune to hexes. Completely immune to hexes, like I cannot be hexed. That is you know what? It is better than what I was using, so I might want to put it on if the other amulet disappoints me. Okay, you know what? It was okay as a treasure trove, considering how it was free for just picking up the Abyss rune. And it had one seriously strong item. Like this thing is nuts. This is a really strong thing. This other amulet is also okay. Like if the one that I put on hadn't generated, I would have worn the Guardian Spirit 6 Strength amulet because it is just small upgrade to what I have. By the way, that reminds me of a terrible thing that this game has, and that is shields have encumbrance rating, so no wonder it's messing me up. I only have 8 strength. What if I put this on? Okay, so my evasion goes to 48. My attack delay is about 1.1 now. It used to be 1.3, so I think that I'm gonna stick with the 6 strength amulet, despite the fact that the other amulet is like objectively better in almost every way. It's just a much stronger item for a much larger variety of situations. But in this specific situation that I'm in, it turns out that the one with 6 strength is the most valuable one, the most powerful one for me to use. Yeah, 1.1, 1.2. It's definitely not 1.0. Hopefully that is not a problem. I want to wear this Kite Shield of Fire Resistance because it is my second pip of Fire Resistance, and you all know how important it is to have that for Zot sometimes. Right now I am grinding for 27. When I get to 27, I am out I'm just going straight down. I want to try to do a ninja with Primordial Nightfall, because I feel like that is made specifically for that. Like that ability seems made like for and by players who like to ninja the orb. So that is exactly what I am going to try. Oh, look at that. I got kind of roughed up by the Storm Dragon with its breath weapon. It's me for a pretty solid 44 damage. 44 plus 9, it's actually 53 damage. Pretty rough. And it does so again, because 48 evasion doesn't mean anything. Okay, like I'm okay with it happening once, but it happening 2 times or sometimes even 3 times in the same fight, it's like, it's really rough. I wonder if this got further nerfed. 18 at max skill, you need 18, or you need 25, whatever the skill is for talismans for 18 armor class in dragon form. That's rough. Yeah, this already existed when I stopped playing. It's gonna turn into rat roaches. We got to 27. Strength or dexterity? The eternal question. I'm gonna go dexterity. Yeah, we get to 50 evasion, thanks to that. Come on. Are you capable of... Yeah, it has irradiate. Wow, that sucks. Okay, I'm gonna have to drink cancellation if I don't want to get malmutated. I only have one. I think that I'm just gonna take the mutations. I have 5 potions of mutation. Oh, the alligators have a pull attack now. Your health recovers twice as slowly from being drained. Persistent drain. The total experience needed is doubled. And that is very worth drinking a potion of mutation for. And now I have clarity. Not bad. Using my funny Dithmenos ability on a Scorcher, when it is surrounded by other Draconians, is going to be great, because it has Damnation and the other Damnation. I think it has both Damnations. Yeah, look forward to that happening. Unfortunately, if we encounter Tiamat or something, Tiamat doesn't do that. I want to test my might versus an Orb of Fire. Yeah, sure, let's give it a try. Mortal Kombat. Test your might. It's looking okay. Yeah, we're kind of roughing it up, except for, you know, the 4 misses that we have had. For some reason, the Shadow is actually capable of hitting. Yeah, just look at that. You have about a 66% chance to hit with your +7 hand cannon of flaming. How likely is it for me to miss 5 times in a row with a 66% chance to hit? Probably very, very, very unlikely, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really represent that much of a problem, and we end up finally hitting and killing the Orb of Fire. Now, if I had not been hasted, that would have been indeed a problematic situation. But yeah, better safe than dead. Better safe than dead. or like as I recently discovered, better over prepare than under prepare. We are 27. We are probably just gonna take a dive. We're just gonna use the scrolls of magic mapping that I have to go straight down. Hmm. Let's see if I can find these stairs. Yeah, there we go. I have 11 digging now. It seems that in the curse of this accursed place, I found digging, so now I can sit here and hit these guys. Let's do a phantom mirror on this tentacle monstrosity. I'm gonna do shadow sleep because I don't want to be next to the search tentacle monstrosity. That is actually quite scary. Um, Yeah, I have had a couple of situations in the past where like a Cirque tentacle monstrosity ruins everything. Normal tentacle monstrosities very rarely are a problem. Cirque tentacle monstrosities very consistently are a problem. Even in situations where you don't think they're gonna be a problem, they tend to be a problem. So once again, better safe than death. We got an annihilator, right? Time to do the funny. Mhm. What a funny ability. There we go. That went extremely well. Yeah, Shadow Sleep, very nice. All of the Dithmenos abilities have been excellent. I have not used Primordial Nightfall that much, but the one time that I used it was a literal run saver. Like, I was in a really bad spot in Elf. There were multiple Blade Masters and Master Archers roaming the level, so monsters that I couldn't use Marionette on. And I used Primordial Nightfall and I walked away from that. And I just straight up walked. It worked beautifully. Which is the same thing that I'm gonna be doing here. I'm gonna be walking out. Um, I'm gonna be grabbing the orb and I'm gonna be walking out, or I'm gonna be waltzing in and grabbing the orb and then probably teleporting out or something. Gotta dodge those alarm traps. Normally they are my friend in Zot, but not this time, not with this character. Let me exclude the upstairs, since we want to only take the one that I have taken, because I didn't clear Zot 4. I got to experience level 27 and I was like, you know what, I'm good. If I win this, I will have 100% win rate in this account. I don't think that I will retain that for very long, but at the very least, I will have 100% win rate in this account for a bit. Um, that's gonna be nice. Passive silence is handy. Yeah, the noise dampening. Uh, I hadn't made the connection because I thought that hand cannons were noisy, and I shot and like it doesn't seem to be making that much noise, right? But only until now that you mentioned that, I realized that it is probably because Dithmenos is making things more silent than they normally are. Who hides the stars? What a sick title! I want to win a character with that title. Yeah, I do have to say that, yeah, this comeback to Crawl has been okay. It hasn't been terrible and it hasn't been incredible. It has been just about right. I do, however, dread when it is not just about right. Okay, we could be in a bit of a pickle now. How do we resolve the current situation? Is it finally time for me to do my thing? Because the alternative is to blink in with my 10 blinkings and then waltz out, or just read a tele, pop the um, pop the ability, the Nightfall ability, and like just adjust, right? But at the very least, the first thing that I should do is haste. Yeah. Now I can think about how I'm going to approach the situation. What is this statue? It's only a granite statue, so no enemy. I guess that statues that are not enemies are now have this glyph. And you don't see it. You're looking at the tiles, but I'm looking at console, and at console it has a glyph that wasn't in the game before. I guess that's the glyph for statues that are never enemies and are only like cosmetic. Um, Idea. What if I let this guy step on this, and maybe that puts me like moves me forward before doing anything? Not to mention that I could also generate a shadow closer to where I want to go, and then I could swap myself with the shadow to also like save on blinkings. Ooh, I got immediately dispelled, and yeah, I am moving forward, but I'm gonna have to rehaste. Do I just rehaste now? I guess. And I hate Quicksilver Dragons. How could you hit me with 50 evasion? It has about an 8% chance to hit you. You never tried ordering your shadow? Oh, I don't think that works. I suspect that the shadow is more like an orb of the like a Bowsphere kind of thing, and you cannot really order it because it also goes away super fast, right? So my idea was betting on it generating closer to here more than telling it to go over there because I don't think that it would have listened. Electric Golem, and I don't have the resistance. I'm just gonna play it safe and drink resistance, my only one. Uh-huh. And that's a lot of orbs of fire. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with them. Yeah, jump in. Okay, it's looking fine. What is this? Curing? We don't care about it. Okay. That's a lot of orbs of fire. Can I you would think that you would be unable to use this ability on a orb of fire? Um because it is a orb of fire. How could an orb of fire cast a shadow? Like, does fire cast a shadow? Fire is a source of light. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I mean, it is godly shenanigans. So who am I to critique Dithmenos? If Dithmenos is kinda being pretty helpful here, and soon will carry me. Wow, man, the damage. Man, the damage. Okay, that was pretty funny. Orb of Fire missing a shadow. Like the idea of an Orb of Fire casting a shadow is so funny to me. But anyway, enough shenanigans. Let's just actually not die. Um, wow, so many Orbs of Fire. What is up with this? This would be a lot easier if I was not a Kobold. Which is funny because kobolds are supposed to be really good at ninja, but in this specific situation, with me having such a large amount of scrolls of blinking, the reduced line of sight is hindering me. If I didn't have this much blinking, it would otherwise be beneficial, but that's just not the kind of situation that we are in. Sometimes you get 5 orbs of fire, yeah, or more. I'm almost certain that I have seen more, and it's not like I couldn't kill them. I just like, I mean, I am a Dithmenos worshipper. I might as well take advantage of that. Um, something completely misses you. You see here the Orb of Zot. Okay, we have picked up the orb. You should slug into the darkness. When did I get that? Hey, robustness. Wow, terrible dispersal trap. Oh well, I mean, it it is not terrible. I only just realized it will blink you to a spot that you can see. So of course it's not gonna blink me farther away from these guys because I it's not like I can see a lot. Yeah, okay. I cannot get out. Um, I'm just waiting for the teleport to pop. Weakness to fire. Aha! Man, that was a beast teleport. That was so good. That kind of teleport straight up doesn't happen. Like it only happens on Twitch.tv. That was such a good teleport. Jeez. Like if I was playing off stream, I wouldn't get such a teleport. Man, it's I find it really surprising how like it is muscle memory. Like I'm just doing things from muscle memory. Like it is this situation and you have to press these buttons. You have to move your hands in such a way to win the game. And so I'm doing that. Go D0 kind of thing. By the way, this is a bit scary, but I have the resistance. I should be okay. Yeah. Pretty smooth orb run so far. I remember that killer bee being dangerous early. Okay, we are almost done with the orb run. Yeah, very smooth. 0 panlords, no angels. There were 2 fiends, but nothing that we couldn't really handle. So yeah, I emerged victorious in my comeback to crawl first game since February. I win 100% win rate in this 9 Settler 2 account in Akrasiak because unfortunately Kelby ceased functions shortly after I stopped playing. That server was great. Funny thing, before I end this run, when I tried to like when I was setting things up yesterday to come back, I was like messing around with the server and I was like fixing my RC file and stuff, and I had 400 ping to Akrasiak, and I was so scared. Like 400 ping is a bit too much ping. You cannot really play anything with 400 ping, even a single player game like this. Because like you can see there, it took me about 71,000 actions to win the game. That on 400 ping is a bit unbearable. But then I restarted my computer and things went okay. Yeah, so fortunately, Akrasiak has not been terrible to me. The reason why I moved to Kelby in the first place was because Akrasiak was kind of rough, but I have not felt anything when it comes to that in this specific run. Let's see, the final time was about 4 hours. I am forever immune to Zot's power. With the way I've been playing, I'm surprised I got that far. Not really, I'm not really surprised, since there was not a single instance where I saw a low hit point warning. So yeah, I would say that I played well. I got really lucky because at the end of the day, I think that crawl is quite a bit about luck, especially when you build evasion. I got lucky that nothing really exploded me. There were some situations like that time where I got crystallized or fragile, and then I got a crystal spear shot at me. If that had hit, I probably would have died. And I was close to full HP, and I still think I probably would have died. Fortunately, it didn't happen, and I win. So let's just make it official. That's like a breath of fresh air. It's been such a long time since I've done that. What is this crazy game? Yeah, I know. Like, who in their right mind would be playing this, right? Um, but I struck a bargain with the people in my community, and now I am fulfilling my end of such a bargain by winning at least one character of crawl per week during the month of August, and I have escaped. And yeah, the short bow was really good. This short bow of infinite pain, I didn't really think that I was gonna use it for as long as I ended up using it. Um, but it was pretty good. Eventually, I tossed it aside, very close to the end game, to use this hand cannon and the shield. Um, you plan on eventually doing a roguelike arc and clearing like 5 games or so someday? Are you going to do it in like one sitting? Is it gonna be like an event stream, or is it going to be like this month I will beat these 5 different roguelikes? Because yeah, in one sitting it would be rough, especially if you don't know the games. Um, but yeah, like Jupiter Hell, Crawl. I guess you could play NetHack. Um, maybe Silq, if you're familiar with that, and of course Riff Wizard. Oh, Riff Wizard is so good. Uh, I have to say that I am a bit not disillusioned, but like I don't like the existence of modified enemies as they are right now in Riff Wizard 2. That is the main hindrance to my enjoyment of that game. But I don't think that's gonna change. I think that they are just gonna stay like that. Mostly gonna be ones you have won before, but you might throw in Cogmind. Okay, I hope you have a different experience from mine in Cogmind. I played Cogmind before I started streaming, and yeah, like, ah, man, like I have not been as mad at anything as I was at Cogmind. And that was 6 years ago, and I still remember it very frequently. Like, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't be able to survive playing Kochmind today. So yeah, I'm never going back to that game. You played Kochmind years ago and you weren't a huge fan, but you didn't give it much time. Oh no, Kochmind. Sorry, I'm confusing it with Tome. Yeah, the rage that Tome made me feel is really unparalleled. Nothing in my life has made me feel as mad as that game. Kochmind, I didn't like it. I was disappointed. It was not terrible, or it was kind of terrible. That's what I mean. It was kind of terrible for me. I feel like it in a couple of areas it is a step backward in roguelike development, and yeah, I was just not a fan. Um, but you might be a fan. Don't let my experience taint yours. Though you do mention that you have played Kochmind years ago and you were not a huge fan. Yeah, I don't think that the developer of Kochmind will ever change the things that make me dislike the game because I feel like those things are the things that make it so that Kochmind has a fan base. So yeah, like it definitely shouldn't change just because I don't like it. I'm just not gonna play the game. And applying that philosophy to things in general is good. Like if you don't like something, don't submit yourself to anguish because it is not the thing that you want it to be. Just like go and search for the thing that you actually want to enjoy or experience, or maybe even make it yourself if you have that kind of magical power. You love the look of Cogmind, but your experience was that the losses, what the was that losses were such attrition, like you can actually You actually lost 5 floors ago, but you don't die right away. Oof, that is an interesting take. I feel like Crawl can be like that as well, um, because scrolls of blinking. Like if you have 1 or 2 scrolls of blinking generated in the whole game, and you use them early because hey, it's the early game, I am surely gonna find more, and then you don't find any for the rest of the game, eventually you're gonna run into a situation where you would be better off if you had a scroll blinking, and because of not having it, you might die. Not precisely a scroll blinking, but I had a run a couple of years ago where I ran into the exact situation with a different consumable. I had 1 potion of resistance in the whole game. I used it early because of that train of thought. Like, it's early, I'm surely gonna find another one. I don't find another one. First thing I find in Zot is an electric golem, and the electric golem kills me in 2 turns because I didn't have the resistance. So yeah, like it can be pretty punishing. Um, because of that, I feel like sometimes scroll can be like that. Um, that's not really your experience as much because it depends on if you don't find good pickups on the floor. Yeah, when it comes to Kochmind, I guess that I never really made it that far. I think I made it to like floor 7 or 6. Um, and yeah, like by then I already knew that it was not gonna be for me. I tried for like a week and a half on stream, and I decided that it was just not my thing. I do have to say that the Kochmind community is oddly passionate about the game, like in a strange way. They are pretty excited to see the experience of a new player, and they're very generous, and I definitely appreciate that. Thanks to the Kochmind community, I got my 100 subscribers. And that got me to the point where I had to do a karaoke stream, and I did it eventually. Um, so yeah, that was a fun time. And I definitely appreciate it, but I don't really think I'll ever go back to that game. Um, but yeah, that I think will mark the end of Crawl. I feel like I can go for an Isaac run. Yeah, let's just get rid of this, and I will come back on Monday to play another Crawl character. And my structure is gonna be like this. On Monday, like the first thing of the week is gonna be trying to win a crawl character, and then when I win the crawl character, I'm free to do other things. Um, like that's gonna be every week for the entirety of August. The earlier I can get it out of the way, the better. And I am starting on Monday because I'm anticipating that I'm gonna have such bad days that I'm not gonna get a win in until Friday, and that is if I try like from Monday until Friday. But we shall see how it goes. You think I thought it was too passive, encourages you not to fight and just leave? Yes, exactly that. Like, I like fighting. Like, if I find cool gear, like if I find a rocket launcher, I want to use my rocket launcher to blow enemies up, not to destroy walls. And the game really incentivizes you to use it to destroy walls, which, yeah, that's kind of lame. Definitely not a fan. Um, so yeah, mm, let's play some Isaac. Let's play some Isaac. It's been a while since we have seen that screen on stream. Oh, look at that! I won with exactly 200 HP. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Time for Isaac. Let me launch it.